I was telling you.
How dare
Yeah, where we? Oh, there we is.
There we is.
There we is. Hello, hello. Good evening.
Hey y'all.
Hope everyone is doing all right. Hope everyone had a good day today. If you will be so
Probably look tired.
you've been working hard all day.
I ain't been working hard, but I've been working.
But you've been working.
Yeah.
Let me turn that background music off. I don't like that background music anyways.
What's it coming?
Sounds a little Star Wars. It's on here.
Hey y'all, how was y'all day? How y'all week been going? Let us know how y'all week been going. How you feeling tonight? All the good stuff.
Well, I'll answer that question. This week is getting off to a decent start. The weather is kind of breaking. I spent the weekend in the great city of Cincinnati, and it was cold AF the whole weekend. But it's good to get back down here. And it was 77 today, so that was real
Yeah,
good.
I secretly think he want to move back to Cincinnati. He always in Cincinnati. I mean, he in Cincinnati, like it's up the street from us.
I would like to have a second home there, but I wouldn't want to be my main residence. Yeah. I didn't get too comfortable with the really good weather and the good food and the extremely nice people. People talk to you like they know you. Just met you. You ain't never seen nothing like it. But anyway, but yeah, so we just decided to just pop on tonight. And what's the name? You made that topic. That topic long in a
It
mug.
is a long title. It's a long title. So tonight's discussion, we just wanted to pop in. You guys know what's trending right now. And it's still trending. I thought it was gonna die down yesterday. So I'm like, you know what? It's still trending today. So let's talk about it today. So the topic is it the husband's job to protect his wife? And what does that look like for the wife? So yeah. So since that whole thing been going, I figured it'd be a good time to talk about that.
Yeah, and I think it's a really really good topic because you sometimes when some things are brought to the forefront, it invokes some
Start real conversation.
Yeah, start a conversation and maybe some things that need to be addressed personally.
Yeah.
In your marriage, or just help you have a better understanding what some things are and what people kind of go through.
Hey, Miss Griffin.
Hello. I ain't got my little soundboard tonight. Some people probably happy because I'm always punching on that thing. And Miss Lola K. Jones said it's definitely his job. It is definitely his job. So yeah, I'm gonna let you lead this one here since
Okay.
you're the first lady up in this piece.
All right, so I definitely like Miss Jones says, I definitely think that it is his job or the husband's job to protect his wife. Not just physically, but protect her heart, protect her. I mean, you can't let, like, I would expect for you to protect my name. Like, I wouldn't, you can't speak, don't let somebody speak bad on my name. You get what I'm saying? So you protect me in that sense. Then if we out in public, even if I'm wrong on a situation, I expect for you to, defend me right then and there. But when we step to the back, you be like, babe, that was dead wrong. But that's what protection look like for me. What you think on that?
I think that's really really good. And I think one key piece, at least from what some men would say, is um, you have to, in some cases, protect your wife from herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that from a position that we work a lot, we think more in the logic part of the mind. And that's the reason why your dad wants to meet the guy that you want to date, because you're going to choose him for the reasons that you like.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to choose the guy based on the reasons that you need.
Yeah.
And sometimes that protection comes in the form of, hey, this is probably not the best thing for you to do. So in a lead kind of way, I think it's important for the husband to protect his wife from himself, but from herself, but also to protect her physically. You know, most men, most husbands are out here willing to put their life on the line at a second's notice to protect his wife, and that comes as a almost as a natural instinct. Um, that since we live in such a comfortable world, it's not something that you have to think of top of mind all the time. But you know that if something goes down, I'm going to protect you with your life. But also a financial protection as well.
Okay. Before you get into that piece,
Oh
so
yeah.
that's not gonna be a different piece.
Oh my
Let's
bad.
read. No, that's okay. Let's read a couple of the comments so we can get some of the viewers' input while we doing.
Yes, Miss Lola, Mrs. Jones says at all costs. Yes, absolutely. And Chrissy Griffin says, I do believe it is his job. He is responsible to make sure that I am not hurt emotionally, physically, and mentally. Yes, so that's a good one, Miss Griffin. I'll touch on that as well. Um, Emotionally, men are going to miss the mark sometimes on that.
Yeah.
Because
A lot of times.
a lot of times on that. And I think that's one of the areas where when we talk about men and women, how our expectations, but also grace, that is one area that we need grace in, because I've noticed over the last 10 years, especially as I pay more attention to people based on my work, is I hear a lot men, women want us to be more emotionally available, and our emotional availability does not work in as like women. So it is a lot lower. So it's something that we have to actively work at, that we will probably never achieve that status for the most part. But I think the most important thing is to for the wife to know that we are conscious of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times you don't get, depending on the guy, it takes a while for you to get to that space or that age where you can look your wife in the eye and say, you know what, I'm just not going to be as much emotionally in tune with certain things.
And I've come to accept it.
Yes, and it just made us better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But also physically, yes, absolutely, Miss Griffin, and also mentally, yes. Um, God should be your spiritual leader,
Mm-hmm.
and help you uh, foster a better mental state,
Mm-hmm.
when, especially in times of need, when you're not feeling your best or something's going on, um, loss of life in the family or something, job's not going well. All the things that can happen to come along. Mentally, there should be that rock, so to speak.
I also think, as far as protection for me, looks like you setting boundaries, and that's setting boundaries with male and females. Setting boundaries with people, like in your workplace with females, or even when you go out. Like, I know, women hit on you all the time
and touch on you.
I know, and they touch on you.
They be touching on you.
I know, women. I mean, when sometimes women can get a little aggressive when they see something they like, but you set those boundaries. So, I'm good with that. So that's what protection looks like for me as well. So,
yeah, on that particular subject, I'm glad you brought that up. This can be somewhat of a touchy area in that whole, what it looks like protection. When you say setting boundaries, because there's a few outside forces that since men are typically very territorial about their wife and their family, that setting those boundaries can look like controlling to some people who don't quite understand what boundaries are and the benefits that they may have. One of the things is social media.
mm-hmm.
You know, um, the men and women, you live very separate lives when it comes to social media. Me as an average guy, I can put on something really, really nice, post a picture on, post a thirst trap picture on Facebook. I'll get some likes and stuff like that. Probably a lot of likes, maybe an inbox once, couple inboxes. But woman does it, you'll get several.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different type, and as innocent as it may seem, that is for a lot of men, that is a hard pass. You don't want that particular, if it's not needed, you don't want it to be an added part of your marriage.
I get you.
So it can be a little tough to talk about because sometimes people take it out of context. I don't understand, but whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying. Miss Griffin says, "Where's my husband, J. Terrence Griffin? By the way, give him a call. Let him know to bring his tail on. Come on, man." All right. What were you gonna say next?
No, I was going to let you read that one last one.
Chris said a lot of times. Let me read this here. So it says, "I do try to give my husband grace because I notice that he makes a conscious effort to keep me at peace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nervous wreck when it comes to money. So he tailored a lot of his spending on frivolous things to assure we are financially secure, protected."
That is good. That's good. That's
really, really good.
Financial protection is a protection for a lot of women. You want to know that, we good when it comes to money, because some people could be real, spend a lot and,
Yeah.
So you want to know you're good on that piece.
Yes. In security, it's one of the things, another thing that security looks different for men and women. Like you just said, a woman feels as secure when she knows when there's enough money, there's a physical house, protection from the elements. And
women marry for security.
Yes.
Period.
Right. And we marry for loyalty.
Right.
You can do a lot of things, but just don't bang my best friend. All right. No, that's true.
I know what. Yeah.
It's just like loyalty. Loyalty to
That's what protection looks like for you.
Well, for loyalty for men is don't bang other guys, but don't bang other guys.
All right, because
right, that's loyalty to me. To loyalty to women, how it's been for ages, and this may sound a little controversial, but just look at it in this context: is that, hey, you're going to provide for me and take care of me. I could go out and give a woman $100. You'd be like, no, you're not going to give her our money. No. So it's different. That kind of loyalty is different between men and women.
Yeah. So just to touch on a little bit of what happened with Will and Jada, or Will and Chris Rock. So yes, I do expect Lamar to have some protection, like to protect me physically if need be, if I'm in immediate danger, of course. But I don't expect him, like, not even speaking on Will and Jada's situation, but like if we out in public and a dude decide he gonna say something fly, like something fly, nothing too crazy. I don't expect Lamar to slap the shit out of him. Oops, can I say that?
You say shit.
Oh, yeah. I can say shit. Okay, I don't expect Lamar to slap the shit out of him, but I do expect Lamar to check him. Like, dude, we're not doing that. You get what I'm saying? Like, but I also know as a woman not to put my husband in a situation that's going to put me in danger as well as him in danger as well. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to make it to where you have to be put in harm's way. Now, sometimes you can't help it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, I'll try to handle myself in such a way where that's not an issue for us.
Yeah, so that is the key thing right there. One of the things that men really, really appreciate about the wives is, this has been kind of a buzz phrase for a while now, is men settle where they find peace. Peaceful woman, what's the old saying, or the biblical saying, the man is better off in the woods than to live with a quarrelsome woman. And that just goes back to what you were saying, that when we're out, you ain't gonna pop off or do something that's gonna put me in a bad situation. It
Because
is,
now they shoot.
yeah. Well, they always have, but
Yeah, I
you just
mean,
hear
but
about
you
it
see what I'm
more.
saying? They don't
Yeah.
respect nothing.
So
Nobody.
it is up to me to judge the situation at hand, have social awareness, and respond or do what I feel is the best thing at that particular time. You may feel one way or two ways about it, but once we're out of that situation, then it's up to me to go ahead and explain, hey, babe, this is why I did or I did not do this, because you didn't see Mr. Swole over there. They were talking earlier. They friends. They watching what's going on. Boom! I pop off. Something happened. Now it's 3 against 1. Boom! It could go real bad. So, yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this question. Do you all? And I'm not. I'm trying not to. I don't want to take sides or anything. But do you all feel like Will Smith handled the situation correctly? I know there's been a lot of different opinions on that, and I have my opinions. Uh, but how do you guys feel? Do you feel like Will Smith handled that correctly or incorrectly?
I will say this, that you got one side says yes, he was protecting um, his wife, his wife's honor. Um, on that note, some people were saying, well, this is, some people say, hey, well, yes, she has alopecia, right? It's not like she has brain cancer. So I've heard a lot.
I've heard,
I
yeah.
heard a lot of that. But then you have other people say, you know what, you at all costs you have to make sure your wife is not embarrassed. You have people thinking that, hey, Chris Rock is a paid comedian. He may not have even known that she had alopecia, right? So there's a lot of different things. I believe now that we've had some time to kind of let it all kind of digest and play out, that you can see a lot of different sides to this particular story. So let's go to see what people say. So Miss Griff said not at all. So you're saying not at all that he was wrong. Mrs. Jones says, I don't think he was wrong, but after really thinking about it, he did not handle it correctly.
And that's where I'm at with it. I feel like, as you get a little older, you have to maintain some self-control. But everybody has a story and everybody goes through something. Everybody has a weak moment. Nobody's perfect. We all say what we would have done or what we should have done. And sometimes you just have that weak moment that you don't make the best decision. And I definitely, you know, he felt like he needed to protect his wife in that moment, and if that man felt like that's what he needed to do, that's what he needed to do. Now, I don't condone violence by no means, no bullying, none of that, but I don't feel anything less about Will. I just say that.
Yeah, and there's some other parts too of her that some people say, hey, this is the same woman that has put him out there
Yeah, a lot
in
of people,
some negative lights, and on live and on the spot about an infidelity, in front of the world to see.
Yeah.
And some people think that that is not. He's doing a little too much for somebody who doesn't do enough for him. So
Yeah.
it just really depends. All right, so let's go to what we say. So Ms. Griffin says, there's a time and place to address someone. I'm not mad, but that he was yelling from the crowd, but to physically get up and walking up on stage in front of everyone on national TV, that was not professional or respectful on Will's part. I still like him though. All right. And Mrs. Jones said his emotions took control in the moment. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, we all been there.
We have. That's the thing. I like to mention this about, that is the beauty in being a commoner,
Mm-hmm.
a peon, a peasant, whatever you want to call it, common folk, is when you, depending on if somebody's phone is rolling, When you have moments that you're not at your best, or you have a moment that you're at your worst, the whole world doesn't see it. This just wasn't regular TV. This was shown all around the world,
Right.
and that wasn't the best moment. I think for blacks in general, for men in general, because of some of the stigmas that masculinity take a hit, violence and stuff like that. The preparation of the whatever the word is. I'm sorry. Um, the effects that it has on us and some of the things that we've been fighting against for many years.
I know I've seen where people say he shouldn't have received the award. They should have, Venus and Serena should have said, hey, you did well in the role, but I don't want you representing my father in that light. I've seen it all.
Sure. Yeah.
I've seen it all, but like I say, hey, he did what he felt like he had to do in that moment.
Yeah. Let me read the next one. I think Will has been shaded a lot lately concerning the whole entanglement situation. Yes, he has. I mean, I'm gonna be real here. I'm not sure how that man makes it, to be honest with you. I mean, women and men process infidelity different. Hold on.
Okay.
Men and women process infidelity differently. Even though men and women
very differently.
Yeah, even though men and women, for the most part, depending on which poll you look at, cheat at about the same rate. And even people who are cheating typically are cheating with someone
who's handle it as well.
Well, yeah, because there's a certain level of feelings a woman has to have for the guy. He has to meet a certain amount of markers, and it has a little bit less of feeling for the man that she's married to, that she's cheating on. But guys don't have those same things. You can be out on the weekend and guy could slam a red-headed thought and not remember her name, and it will not knock him off of his game one bit. But there's so much to markers that a woman have to meet for it to happen. So,
but I think that.
But hold on, let me finish on that real quick. And I'm sorry, I'm going a little long and getting a little deep. But for the whole world to see this happen, and happen to him on live TV to the point where he was made a damn crime meme. I mean, I don't think people kind of understand some of the pressures and stuff that people go through in the limelight, but also as a man, how you met, you were torn all the way.
Yeah. That speech he gave was
rough. And crying and stuff like that
on world TV.
Yes, you can get so many. That's what a lot. You always hear guys say, man, just don't do it. Don't cry in front of your girl, because there's a certain point. If you cry too much, the Sahara Desert gonna reach another reason. It's just gonna drop. You're not gonna make you. He ain't gonna do it for you like he used to, because of that kind of side that you've seen a little too much of. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And Miss Jones, yes, I thought it was staged at first too. And I still thought for a while, until I started seeing people's face in the audience. But then I think what solidified that it wasn't staged was when he gave the acceptance speech or whatever. But yeah, but I was gonna say the entanglement situation or whatever. I guess I thought they had agreeably separated. Now they weren't. They were still married, but not together, right? It was a mutual decision for them to her do her thing and he do his thing. It's what it's. I read his book, and they said several times on the red table that it was a mutual decision.
I can't say either way. I don't know. So if I stand corrected on that.
Yeah, it wasn't like she cheated. They separated.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I mean, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or whatever. This is what I've.
But anyway,
but I lost my train of thought where I was going with that.
Where you was going? I was along for the ride, but the destination was unknown.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let me read this comment while you gather yourself there, sweetie pie. Ms. Griffin says, we talk about whether men should protect women, but women should protect their husbands as well. Even though the husband should lead, this example of Will and Jada is an opportunity for Jada to speak up for her husband. I
definitely think it's that kind of goes back to what I was just saying. You know, got to protect you as well. I mean, I'm not gonna put you in a situation to where
Yeah,
you're in harm's way.
I don't know.
Now, protection, not physically. Now, I'm not gonna stand in front of a 6'5" guy and talk shit because you big enough to protect yourself.
If I would say this, and I would dare to say, and this is not anything from research, but this is an opinion, just as life lessons, that most men would not want their wife to step in and mention anything is related to it. And I say that to say that
because you don't want your wife to get hurt.
Well, yeah, that too, but also when I have beef with another man, it's between me and him.
Yeah.
If you have beef with another man, it's between me and him. You know what I'm saying? It's just yeah. We hashed that out. They hashed it out earlier. Was it today or yesterday? Whatever it was. When did this happen? Yesterday?
Sunday, I think.
Anyway, whenever it happened, within 24 hours, they went ahead and had both had
well, there hasn't been an apology from Chris Rock.
Yes, it has.
That wasn't real. There's no source that says.
Oh, really?
That one that somebody posted, they said there's not been
anything
from him as a real apology.
So that's so even more. That's kind of something that him and Will.
But I'm sure
well, you don't know if Chris Rock wants to accept his apology, but that's not for Jada. That's not for Jada to get into, in my opinion. But I do understand what Miss Griffin does mean by that. But this particular situation where he took that matter, when, like I said, if a man has a problem with you, he has a problem with me. He doesn't have that problem with you. It's up to me to go ahead.
Right. Just like if I was into it with a female, I wouldn't expect for you to pop off on her because that's me and her. I expect for you to be like, Sarah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's move on.
We're not about to go disrespect
right.
her.
No, I'm not going to let you get to the point where it almost rises to physical. Yeah. I'm not going to let you get to a point where it's even going to escalate to a shouting match. I'm going to make the decision to go, let's go ahead and move and boom, get out of there.
So what does protection look like for you all? Like, what are some of the things that your husband can do or he does that makes you feel protected? And
well, why don't you answer that question? How do I make you feel? Like, why don't you answer that question?
By standing as a united front, like, when we we make decisions together, you know what I mean? Like, we stand together. We had always did that even when it came to the kids, but we try to stand together, at least, if it's something to do with the kids or whatever, stand as a united front. Like I said, setting boundaries. When it comes to other females, I think I wrote a couple things down, but yeah, just like I said, it's not just physical, but just making me just feel protected, and of course physically, of course if something do pop off, I do expect for you to, like, something. Body coming through the door at 2:00 in the morning,
Yeah, and
that's why I got married.
Yeah, and one of the things that one of the reasons why you were attracted to me is women are hardwired to men who are in stature physically larger than them. Mm-hmm. That's why me being 6'5", I have an advantage over a guy who's 5'9", just from a mating perspective, mm-hmm. as visuals, because that protection is perceived in a woman's mind that this guy, man, he's big and strong. He can, you know what I'm saying? So that is part kind of biology.
Yeah. And I guess another one is betrayal too. Like, you don't, protection is not portraying your spouse. You get what I'm saying? That's
not portraying.
Portrayal, like
betrayal.
Yeah. Y'all, that would be good. I said that wrong. That's what I meant.
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
Yes.
Yes, like, just knowing that I can trust you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
and you don't do anything to, um, break my heart or anything like that. But it happens. But that's what it looks like for me.
Let me read what Miss Griffin says. My husband has set boundaries with women, especially. This is an area we both had to set boundaries regarding friends of the opposite sex and even coworkers. I feel more protected now. That's a good one. That is a good one because
Absolutely.
One of the things I never.
It makes you feel secure.
Mm-hmm. Even though she may not know, but it's important for a man, for a woman to come talk that, oh yeah, this is my work husband. Bullshit. You got to shut that down as a husband. You got to say, no, I'm sorry, but I mean
I can't have no work husband.
Boy, I'll karate chop you to the liver. No work damn husband. But yeah, it's understandable. On that particular note, when you think of realistically, it's really hard for a man to be platonic friends with a woman if she's attractive, because men's natural attraction
They want
for
to
women,
do it to somebody.
yeah, it doesn't turn off. Just like when your girlfriends introduce you to a guy she's been talking about, you look at him, oh yeah, you start checking off the boxes that she told you. Oh yeah, he does look handsome. Oh yeah, he does dress nice. Oh, he is so nice. You know what I'm saying? He's sweet and a gentleman. You start checking off those boxes she told you about. But when the girl introduces a girl to her husband, sorry guys, but you look, first thing he said, oh damn, she got some big titties. She fine. She got a nice ass. Not that he wants to smash her, but those natural things that a man kind of think of, and that's a big difference. So setting those boundaries, absolutely. All right, so let's say Mrs. Jones. I always ask his opinion and respect it because I know I can have a bad attitude at times, and I often have bad judgment because I don't give people chances. I'm one and done, and he often has to talk me off the ledge. That's a good one. You understand that? It takes a lot for someone to actually say that.
That was my post today. Self-awareness. So that is big. It's been yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? Glad she brought that up as well. I'm gonna post this I'm gonna post this one day on Facebook. She says she always has asked his opinion and respects it. Yeah. You see this question a lot when it comes to respect. Do men want to be loved or respected?
Men want to be respected.
We want to be respected because
bottom line.
Yeah, you ain't gotta love me like love on me and all this other stuff and all that stuff.
I want you to
but you respect me because that's how I look. That's what I see as love.
That's your love, like.
Right. Well, men, for the most part,
not you.
Yeah,
men in general.
Yeah, in general. But I'm gonna pose this question one time. You and your husband, or you and your significant, you and your boyfriend, for the women that don't, you're at an impasse. And maybe it even got a little contentious. Maybe not in a bad way, no cussing or anything, but it got a little contentious. Both people have strong feelings about it. But the husband looks at you and say, this is what we're going to do, and that's final. I wish I had my oh shit button. Oh shit. What would you do if you had a contentious? I'm not asking you. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask that one day. And your husband, who you respect, revere, and admire, says, this is what we're going to do, and that's final. Now, it should make you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, it'll
make you feel a certain type of way. But that is where it comes in as respect and leadership, because a real leader will take the logical information provided with respect to your wishes and what you want and make the best decision. If that decision does not come out to be the best decision, a good leader will say, you know what? That wasn't the best decision. I made a mistake on that. this is how I'm going to fix it, or this is how we will move forward so I don't make that mistake again.
I've had to go with some of your decisions, even when I felt like that wasn't what I wanted to do, but I trust your leadership. So, I've done that, but it's usually always come out, good.
Yeah, and it's like we always say at the beginning of the show, 80-20. If you give me the full authority to run and lead the family, I'm gonna get 80% of this shit right. 20%, I'm gonna jack it up. It's just the way it is, but I'm not going to put us in the position where it's going to throw the family structure off kilter or devastate us. But I like to try to stay in that 80% range. I can get 80% or anywhere close to that, and things will move down the road. We'll be happy, or you have the opportunity to be happy.
And that's protection too.
Yeah.
You stand by your mate.
Yep, stand by your mate.
That's what protection looks like. You stand by your mate even when you're not sure. Like you say, even if you're like, shit, it's just this don't even sound right, but but I'm gonna do the same. I would expect for him to do the same for me, So stand by me. I'm gonna stand by you. That's protection.
Yes. What's your last? You got another question on there? Or was that the last one?
I really didn't have any. A lot of questions. Most of them was the whole Will and Jada thing.
Getting fat there in the mid section. I got to lay off the beers.
You cutting down a whole lot.
I am.
But so I think did you answer that? Do you feel like it's a husband's job to protect his wife?
Absolutely. I think it's a husband's job to protect his wife.
They answered that. That was one of our
and like I said, also it's important for him to, a lot of things that we mentioned or go into that, and some of the, like Miss Griffin and Mrs. Jones mentioned.
Let me ask this too, real quick. What I'm thinking. Do you all think that it would have been different if it was two women? Would this be as big as it is? Is it because they're two men, or
no? It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
In my opinion.
So you think it would still be going on if Jada smacked Chris Rock's wife?
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. Let's see what the people in the watching think. She says, Mrs. Who says that? Okay. Yeah, I don't see the name there. It's looking on your phone.
I see Richard says absolutely.
Yeah, Richard says absolutely. Yeah, I believe that as well. It would have been just as big as a blow up.
I think so.
Yeah, Mrs. Griffin says, I don't think it would matter. Yeah, I think most people are saying that for the most part that the matter if it was two women, two guys, that particular. I mean, when I seen Will walking up, I knew, and this is one thing some people saying that at the beginning that Will sucker punched.
It looked like a punch at first.
Well, I'm just saying.
Sucker punch.
Yes, sucker punch.
Nah, he didn't because he seen him coming.
Exactly. It's like
sucker punch is when you blindside somebody.
Yeah,
that fool ain't blindside him.
Chris Rock seeing him coming in hot. Now I don't know if y'all know about this.
King, whatever he said.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know about anything about this, but Will has a big size advantage over Chris Rock.
That's why they was calling him a bully.
Yeah, because Chris Rock is not a big man. He's actually, I think he's probably about somebody if you Google this if you will, but I think he's about 5'7", something like that. And Will is 6'2", and got him about. Well, I mean, I don't call him a bully because you know what? All's fair in love and war. I
say it's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mrs. Jones says, nah, because Jada would have done the smacking. And Richard says it would be huge. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. I just saying it's crazy, right?
Now, much respect to now I do think that Chris Rock handled it very well. Because maybe if it would have been some different if skin colors would have been differently, the show probably would have been shut down. It could have ended very differently. I think Chris Rock handled it very very well. It could I mean, I don't know that most people would have handled it that way.
I got you. It could have went a lot of different ways depending on the players and the responses. So
Yeah, because somebody else could have.
yeah, but I think I think this is whenever things like this happen, I think there's good conversations. A lot of horrible conversations come about, especially on social media, because people have strong feelings about it and wind up, I mean, taking shots, all the sign language, the insults, you know what I'm saying, get going, and you start seeing some true colors about some people. You be like, I seen some people on my newsfeed. I was like, man, that's how you just really gonna just talk to people that you talk to on a normal basis online. Just call them all kind of outlandish names like we in high school. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. This was something between two people that none of us
And
know.
so many other celebrities have done so much worse.
Well, not so much as that. It's just like you see the true colors in people come
Oh
out. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I lost a little respect for a few people. That's why I never really did comment too much on it. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy. But it is what it is in that regard,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, and it was just something that I wanted to talk about because it had been, like I said, a hot topic. I mean, people still posting about it. So I just wanted to know what people thought about a man, protecting his wife, or his, his wife. I mean, I'm not mad at him for not letting somebody kind of speak on his wife's name like that. I wouldn't say I would expect for you to do that, but I mean, that's what he felt like he had to do in that moment. That's what he felt like he had to do.
The face Jada made showed me she was ready to get up, and that's why Will did it. He saw his wife getting upset.
That's what I saw too.
Now, I will say this. So,
like, she didn't find it hilarious,
sure,
because she's been very public about her alopecia issues. So I don't think she found it that funny. Yeah, he's a comedian, but as I say, everybody don't play all the time. Everybody don't play all the time.
And one thing that men have to do is control their emotions, because there's prisons full of men who get their emotions get the best of them. So, although yes, I do understand and respect the fact that he saw his wife, um, feeling uncomfortable while Chris Rock was on stage doing his job. You have to control your emotions as a man, because it could lead
Turns back.
yeah, and that's right. One of the reasons I'll give you an example. That's one of the reasons why it's important for men to control their emotions, because there's always the low level threat of violence when men approach each other in a contentious. That's why you don't see
men beef that much.
Yeah, well, I was kicking the gas. I was at the gas station today. I stopped at the gas station. You'd probably be mad at me if you knew where I stopped at, but it was in the hood on the way to work. And this young lady had to. There was a sign you had to spend like I think $3 or something like that, in order to use a card, and she was upset that she had to spend a certain amount of money to use the
To
card.
let her use a credit card.
You ain't entitled to shop there. But that's another subject. But she verbally berated the gas station worker, cussing they were in close proximity. I couldn't do that to another man.
No,
I couldn't be in a man's face and just cuss at him or something. I would have got, you know what I'm saying?
Fist gonna get thrown.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you got to be able to control your emotions, because if I don't control my emotions in front of other men, I'm getting checked, and I might get chin checked. But that's all I got on the subject. How about you tonight? Anybody else got any more closing comments before we close this thing out tonight? This little pop-up, little live. We appreciate y'all joining us. Anybody got anything else that they want to add to it?
Yeah. I guess that was it for me. Yeah, I just wanted to know what that looked like for other people, what protection looks like for
I gotcha. Well, hopefully there's some good that comes out of this when it comes to our married couples and friends, and maybe this has started the conversation on some things that may need to be talked about in your marriage or home. Go ahead.
Oh, but and on what you were saying too, I do think that we've never really talked about what protection looks like, but I do think that that is a good topic to discuss with your spouse, because what if somebody's husband didn't protect them in a way that Will protected Jada? Would she be salty at him? Like, would she be like, you didn't have my back? Like, how you just gonna let him publicly humiliate me? You know, like, so I think it is good to have that conversation to what, if we in a certain situation, this is how I need you to handle the situation. You get what I'm saying? I think those types of topics are good to have, not in just a physical situation, but say if me and you out at say we at Rich House, me and you have a disagreement, but and you could have done something, but I'm a in that moment, I'm gonna stand by you. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it, but behind closed doors, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that those are good conversations to have.
Absolutely.
You know
I mean?
So you get what I'm saying?
I do. All right, y'all. So we're gonna close it out with these last couple of quotes, comments. Mrs. Griffin says, "This was a great topic. Thank you. We thought it was important to at least come on and just start talking about it, maybe." And I've learned something from you, Mrs. Griffin, and also you, Mrs. Jones, as well. Got some good kind of feedback. Mrs. Jones says, "I saw a meme that said said her."
They said Will.
No, I saw a meme that said her face. She may said, "Will, you better slap him or I'll cheat again."
Oh, that's not. See, just wrong.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you this on that note.
I see something.
Let me tell you something that's on note, and this is real, y'all. This is some serious stuff.
And can you imagine how that makes him feel?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Men, we have to put on a face. We have to put on the face, and we have to take a lot of mental jabs, a lot of mental abuse and stuff like that. Imagine if the whole world was laughing at you.
And the whole world's laughing at you.
You know, wait a minute, hold on. Let me finish this without being interrupted. Right. The whole world is laughing at you, and most of your fiber of your being is being respected, and the whole world is not respecting you. I'm not going to go there, but I think y'all know how that can, and what kind of place that can put a man at. But just think about that just a little bit. And I know Will signed up for it by being a star. You got to take everything that comes with it, the good and the bad. I know that. But just that you're still a human being at the end of the day. So we're going to leave it at that. You have anything else you want to do before we close out this CD? Well, thank y'all so much. We really appreciate y'all joining us on this, on this pop-up live. We will not have a show this Thursday. We're going to take we're going to got some things planned for this Thursday night, but we got a whopper coming up for next week that you don't want to miss, which is going to be a good one. Might be a little triggering. So thank y'all. Y'all have yourselves a good night, and we shall cap at you live in person somewhere if you run into us, or online, or all that other fun stuff. Okay. So y'all, we are out of here. And I was telling you.